I'm not trying to hit the beehive that is Megan Defenders, but it's strange to me how no one ever thought it was weird how she would just shift into entirely different species, specifically in social settings in order to get along. For example, like we're going to a human high school, you want to appear human. That makes sense, right? But there would be situations, specifically I remember the time she was in Atlantis and she literally just shifted into like a mermaid form and everyone was like, oh, we're okay with this. And it's just like, wouldn't that be weird? Because in perspective, it would be similarly if like we had a shapeshifter and you invite them to a cookout and then they just shifted into a black person. And they're like, oh, I just wanted to make you guys feel more comfortable. I'd be like, that actually makes me more uncomfortable. Please just come as your normal form. Because remember, everyone else on the mission just stay human. And again, I understand as a shapeshifter, and rules of shapeshifters are always kind of weird, but that just seems like a weird thing to do. Like me personally, if I knew a shapeshifter and they were like not human, and they decided to shift into a black person when they were hanging out with me and my friends, but then we were hanging out with other people, it would be weird. I'm not trying to say it was racist or it was specious or whatever. I'm just saying it was weird. And I think it's weird that the show never was like, no one was ever just like, oh, you don't have to shift into an entirely different species. It makes us uncomfortable. And maybe one of the reasons that this is not a conversation in the show is because that opens up a whole can of worms, which I was not intentionally trying to do. I'm just curious. Did anyone else think that was weird? Outside of canon, like world building wise, wasn't it weird? Like, wouldn't it be weird?